Hi.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to the future in a new year.
In the year 2025.
Yep.
Sort of.
So this century is a quarter of a century old?
Oh, Lord. I thought we just turned.
So here we are in it.
Here we are.
In the future.
And we're playing an old song tomorrow.
Yeah, from 1940 it was recorded.
It's almost 100 years old.
Yeah. We're hitting our stride with the 100-year-old songs.
Right. It's considered to be one of the most widely covered blues songs and most often interpreted blues songs in history. It is.
It Hurts Me Too.
Yes. That's the name of the song.
That's the name of the song.
So I always thought the song was by Elmore James, but you corrected me. I guess Elmore James has a very recognizable version.
Wikipedia corrected me.
However, the first version was by, you say it, I can't remember his name.
Red?
Tampa Red.
Tampa Red. Thank you. Yes.
Tampa Red.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know that there's a lot of really good versions out there. If you want to listen to some other versions, of course, it's known to be
the Warren Haynes version.
Yeah, the Warren Haynes version was
or
one of
the
my
multiple
favorites.
Warren Haynes version.
The Warren Haynes version live at the Amoeba Studios, where it was just him and the guitar. That was my favorite,
nice.
I think.
Yeah.
So it's often interpreted on electric guitar. Often.
Well, because I think the slide is sort of integral to a lot of blues statements, so I can see why.
Elmore James was known to play an open D and play slide guitar a lot. So since you associate with that, however, I'm not playing the slide tomorrow. I chose not to do that.
I like the way you decided to play it. It's our own thing.
It's a little more. It's interesting because it definitely took on a heavier blues bend later on because it lends itself so well to the electric, hard type of blues song. But if you listen to the original by Tampa Red, it almost has more of like a what do you call the barroom piano?
Like a honky tonk.
Yeah, like a
honky tonk piano kind of feel. I agree.
It has a honky tonk blues. It's like a honky tonk blues feel to it. Where later on it became much more of like the heavier blues type of thing.
Is it more of a true blues? Yeah. So now that we're in the new year, you have any New Year's resolutions?
Good question. I didn't really stop to think of resolutions.
Well, I was thinking maybe that could be our question to everybody. Do you have anything that you're picking up or putting down in the new year? Because I find that New Year's resolutions have a lot to do with I'm either going to do a new thing or I'm going to stop a bad habit or what's considered to be a habit that they no longer wish to have.
Yeah.
So I don't think that there's anything I want to set down in the new year. I'm liking the things I've picked up.
I'm going to stop cocaine, which would be really easy for me.
Because you never did that.
I never started.
Yeah, that's a silly resolution. You're being silly now. I think I should like to re-listen to the 4 Agreements. I enjoyed the audiobook. I think I should like to re-listen and implement them more. I know the first one is to use your words. What's the word? Starts with an I. To be
impeccable
with your words. Yep. Good job. That I should like to adopt more of that in the everyday.
So, speaking of adopting,
come here, baby.
We said that we would update with chickens stories. So you're wearing
in my chicken mom era T-shirt that I got for Christmas. You coming up here, Janet? Here's one of our.
And I do believe that we said Janet. We would update.
This is the cat, Janet. She is becoming more personable, though she does attack all charging cables, XLR cables.
Fingers moving on phones.
Perceived shadow threats. She will definitely save us from those. But as you can see, she is becoming more of a lap kitty where when we first got her, it would be scary to have her on a lap because she does not do claws in. Yeah, so she's a claws out kind of girl. She's definitely in the in the realm of fight or flight, she is 100%
She's one
fight.
of the orphans that showed up this year.
Yes.
And we've talked about our chicken orphans that showed up, and now they are 2 full flocks. So they were 2 roosters that showed up.
Chicken Jane and Henry.
Chicken Jane and Henry, and they're both roosters. And the long story short was that we've talked about it in our past shows, I believe, but the long story...
They were friends, then they weren't, and then they wanted to make murder.
Yeah, so then they wanted to kill each other, so we separated them into 2 coops, and now we went from having no chickens to having 15 chickens now.
Yes.
So... But the orphans keep showing up. Yeah. We need to do something about all these cats.
Yeah.
So if you need a cat,
let us know.
Come see us.
Yep. Let us
know.
Or if you wish to, like, maybe you have a cat allergy, or you live in a place that doesn't.
If you want to sponsor a cat.
Yeah. If you wish to sponsor a cat, we can show you the cats that you could possibly sponsor and let you know their needs.
The animals keep showing up. It's crazy. They do. So this year we're
on the right vibration, I guess.
The nice thing is, the shelter takes dogs.
Yes.
But they don't take chickens and cats.
They don't take chickens or cats. No.
So, and we haven't been able to rehome any cats this year. In the past, we've been able to rehome
We have rehomed 2 cats.
We've rehomed 2 cats. That's right. We've rehomed 2 cats out of the...
4 that showed up this
7
year.
total, though, here. How many are here now? At the start of the year.
7 is what we have. Let me see. There's Boots and Pan, which are our cats. Right. They don't go anywhere. They don't need sponsors. We are their people.
Chonk, otherwise known as Toodles, looking for a rehome.
Needs a home. He needs to be in a single cat home. He really needs a dog to love. He really loved Mojo when Mojo was with us. Tuxedo, he's an outdoor cat.
Really wants to be an indoor cat.
Really wants to be an indoor cat, but I'm overwhelmed.
There's too many coming in right now.
There's too many. Here's Janet.
So he needs a home.
Who is so sweet.
Janet could possibly be rehomed.
Although we're creating a bond since she's been indoors so much.
Get her.
If you need a Janet, you need a Janet quick before my heart falls for her.
We have outside Barn Cat. We have BC, which stands for Barn Cat.
Barn Cat, Black Cat, because he is a black cat.
And that's about it.
He is pretty anti-human, but he's also anti every other animal. He will fight everything. So he's good. He's a good barn cat. And then we have Shadow, who is she just kind of lives off on her own. She doesn't really need a new home. Mm-hmm. And all of our cats are fixed. There's a program here in town we've talked about before, the Joy Clinic. They're really helpful in getting these babies these cats we didn't choose. We didn't go to a shelter. We didn't go to a pet store. We didn't go to a breeder. They just showed up to us.
Also, we should mention that through one of our shout-outs, somebody sponsored the Joy Clinic.
Yeah, somebody's been helping the Joy Clinic. So thank you. Thank you for that. So, yeah, that's part of the reason why we mention these things, because we know that you do hear them and you do act on them. And it's not just speaking out into the void. It's talking to real people about real needs. These cats, they do keep showing up, and we are full-time musicians now.
We already played the Arms of an Angel once.
Yeah, we'll do it again. We will, yeah.
So that's kind of the year in review on the farm side of things, on the business side of things, on the music side of things. We've wound down our Bull and Thistle. Last Sunday was our end of the year for that, and that is also going away.
Sunday before last now.
So, yes, we will be looking to replace that with other shows, and what we'd really like to do this year is move some more into house concerts. So we'd love for you to hit us up, SugarLimeBlue, gmail.com, or message us through any of our social media, and we would love to talk to you about bringing a show to your house and for you, your family, your friends, and how cost effective we can make it, because we think we got a really good
we just might surprise you, especially
we might surprise you
depending on where you're located and what we can hook into that.
Exactly. So reach out, let's do it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Also,
we'll eat together, we'll sing music together.
If you have a place nearby you that you would like to see either the acoustic duo or the band show up, let us know. Yeah, because we don't go everywhere. We don't know all the places.
We don't go everywhere, but we might go anywhere.
We might go anywhere. Ain't no lie.
We are starting to book shows for next year, so preferably write us sooner so we can schedule it around our trips. And
And come out and see us. Make a plan to come see us.
Keep an eye on our schedule because we have a lot of places in the works everywhere right now. It's up in the air trying to make the schedules work out, but we are looking at going everywhere from Denver, Colorado to Maine, like the up northern Maine, and everywhere in between. So definitely get with us. Let's do this. Let's do some house concerts this year. Let's see you guys out there.
That's a good resolution. How about our joint resolution be more SugarLimeBlue together?
More SugarLimeBlue
like
together.
Live SugarLimeBlue together.
That's right.
We would like that. I would love that.
And speaking of winding down the Bull and Thistle, not only are we looking for ways to replace that, maybe even a local house gig at home, but we will be posting a lot of that final show here soon. We recorded it, and we're just trying to edit together some shots because it won't be the entire show because we had some camera batteries and difficulties capturing the last portion of the show, a significant part of the last portion, which is a shame because we had a new song that we wrote that we would have loved to have. We're going to see if we might be able to rescue it off of one of the cameras to try to give you a snippet of it. But that being said, we got a new album coming in 2025 too. Yes. So make sure you're following us on all the channels so that we can keep you up to date on that, because that's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of work, a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of just fun things going on, and we might be moving to some Patreon type of things like we talked about last week, where you can help support us in our musical journey because music, I feel like, it's hard for me to ask. I've always been very self-sufficient, worked the 50, 60 hour a week and did the music thing, but we're moving into more of a full-time music thing because having 2 60-hour a week jobs is very overwhelming.
Right.
But I've always felt that the arts, especially in the United States, are underfunded and underappreciated, and I think that continues to this day as we continue to devalue music, and a play on Spotify is 1/3 of a penny.
Yeah.
So if you buy a CD or if you donate even the cost of a CD in a tip jar, which is $10, $15, $20, that makes us more money than 1,000 streams do in a year.
Right.
But of course, keep streaming our music too, because that helps us get out there and get noticed by more and more people.
Right. It helps out algorithm things. Yeah. So nothing is bad.
So we should also know that
some things are just better.
Since we're doing a year in review, we had our song "Hello October" again. Well, "Hello October," again was played a lot.
Yes.
This year, I think we're closing in on 250,000 plays on that song, which is pretty impressive. I know if you combine the different platforms that it was streamed on, that it probably is over 250,000 plays, which is pretty exciting to me.
Yeah.
So, again, if you haven't heard that, go out and listen to it. Hello, October. And,
it's good for any season, not just October.
Yeah, no. And,
hey, friends, go to SugarLimeBlue.com right now to get your hat and t-shirt and our new Ritz guitar logo. See you there.
It's been a fun year, though. It's been a fun year. We've met a lot of new friends. We've met a lot of new people in the industry. We've met people that are talking about taking on the industry and doing some grassroots things, and we're excited about that. Yeah. We've met some people that have had hit songs, and we're talking about writing some songs with them. We've met people that have launched music careers and engineered and produced famous records, and we're talking about doing songs with them. So the hard part is it all takes money, and when you're not,
well, it's really hard for us as people. I feel like a lot of you have, maybe you get the sense of Dave and I over the course of our chats and looking over the catalog of music that we've chosen to cover, or seeing our originals. And for us as human beings, it's really hard to self-promote, especially something that we value, that we feel like has value on its own. We don't feel like we need to push that in your face or ask for you to show us its value. So it's really hard to do self-promotion for an artistic endeavor. I don't know why it's so much easier.
In fact, we even had a really hard time when we launched our first vinyl record.
We had to be pushed to it.
We've always
You guys know.
We've always tried to fund all of our music on the backs of ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and our own work, and financed ourselves.
It's hard to ask for help, but we need it.
financed ourselves to
We
this
need
day.
help.
But on that album, people were like, can you put your music on vinyl?
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of laughed and said that's out of our price range, because it was like an extra $5,000.
It was also in the beginning
of all the other
of
things.
the
Yeah.
vinyl resurgence wave. Like
was.
it was on that very beginning cusp of that.
But it was hard because it was like all this extra money. We had to make CDs, we had to promote, we had to produce, we had to do all this stuff. So we had a ton of financial stuff going out. And then to have people ask for vinyl, it was intimidating. I would love to have, at the time I was thinking I'd love to have my music on vinyl, but we just can't afford it. And somebody offered the idea of, well, why don't you try to crowdfund it? And we did, and it was paid for like in 15 days or something. And
Well,
it was
I know.
like-
I remember it was 75% funded in the first 4 days.
yeah, which is
People
crazy.
really put their
their
money into it. It was
people really step
very
up, and
affirming.
we appreciate everybody that supported us this far. And every hat we sell, every T-shirt we sell, every vinyl record, all of our merch sales go right back in to producing the music that we make, because it's expensive to make the music.
It is,
and it's expensive to have and do it
to
right.
just be a human living on the
do it right,
planet
yeah.
is expensive
So
right
it's like
now.
the
Yeah.
money we try to live off the money we get from performing.
Yes.
And we try to reinvest the money we make on our merch, but it's hard,
It is.
So
It is difficult.
it's a hard balance
And
to walk.
the thing is too, as many of you know, like it's not just all about money either. For us, a lot of value comes in. Like, granted, we've talked about it before. You don't buy food and pay for the roof over your head, or the studio, or the equipment that we need, or new strings for the guitar.
With goodwill.
With good. That's not how you pay for it. Or
Unfortunately
exposure.
not, because otherwise we would just give our music away for free all the time.
We just
right?
would. I would put a
And
shirt on
we'd
everyone.
play for free
yeah.
everywhere, give everybody the merch,
But that's not the
It's just not
reality of our
feasible.
situation. But we do appreciate, and I want you to know, we put value on each of your comments, each of the shares that you give. I know a lot of you watch the chat but don't comment on it, but you'll go comment on the Sunday shout out when it comes out. That's not unvalued by us. Each view is valued by us. Seeing you here with us helps put fuel in our soul tank to keep going and keep making music. And knowing that you're out there listening, you're an integral part to the music by being the audience of the music. And I feel the same way about myself when I am the audience member for another artist, whether it's a visual artist or a musical artist. I know that I am an important part of their art, because what they create is meant to be viewed or listened to or experienced. And by me experiencing that, I add to their joy of having created the thing. So just know that you are that for us.
Absolutely.
You add to our joy of having created the thing. So thank you for being here. And please know that we value you immensely walking into this new year. And let us know what your New Year's resolutions are. What are you picking up? What are you putting down? What's going on with you? And also, what would you like to see as far as behind the scenes from SugarLimeBlue moving forward? What platforms would you want to see us on? Where do you want us to play? We got a lot of homework for you in this new year. Let us know. Let us know.
Yeah, for sure. So,
We will see you tomorrow.
we had a great year in 2024.
It hurts me too. Yeah. Cheers.
Beautiful 2025 together.
I'll drink coffee to that.
I'll drink coffee to that.